So today we will be doing a round of speaking, and you can see this is from the 2024 Specimen, paper 3 teachers cards, teachers notes. And so excuse me, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then again, starting with the warm up, again, these questions, this part is not assessed, but it helps you get into the mood. So the first question, what subject do you most enjoy at school?
The subject that I most enjoy in the school is biology. This is because I really like to learn and discover about human body, how it is designed, how it functions, how each and everything connects within the brain, which is basically like the sub part of the human body. It controls everything. Biology is like I really like learning about it, but I can't say that this is my most favorite subject. I can pick chemistry as well because sometimes, not all the chapters are my favorite, but some chapters are. Like, for example, chemical reactions. I really like exploring what will happen if we multiply or if we add two chemical into one flask and just mix it. I really like it. The way it explodes, the reaction that it will give. I really like. So I would say chemistry because most of the chapters in chemistry are like than biology. So yeah, chemistry. It's chemistry.
Okay, now, right, if I could, I would actually play back your response, and you would notice, I would say confused, how confused your response was, because I say that because you started off by mentioning biology and how it explains the workings of the human body. You mentioned the brain, and then you said, well, it's not my favorite, but I enjoy it. And then there's also chemistry, but I don't like all of it, some of the chapters, and then this and that, and then you went from biology to chemistry. So, right, uh, I felt there was a bit of confusion in your response, and right, although you won't be marked for this response, but I feel that you should keep track of what you're saying. And
So I don't know. Whenever they will ask me what is my favorite music or what is my favorite anything, I don't know what to say because I don't
just
really have any favorite.
then just stick with it, or right, as I mentioned, sort of turn the question to your favor. So you can say, well, I don't have a, fa- a favorite. And the question is also not specifically asking about your favorite, it's asking about the subject you most enjoy, which is technically perhaps the same thing. But then you can say, well, there's not just one. So you don't have to pick. You can say, well, there's more than one subject that I enjoyed at school, and it's biology and chemistry, and then you can talk about both of them. That way, that feeling of confusion,
Oh,
that feeling of confusion that I was getting, that will be solved.
yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. Can you tell me something about your family?
About my family, I'm having a younger brother, my mother and my father. Actually, my more family, like my mother's side family and my father's side family, live in Karachi. So, whenever there is any event in our religion, like Eid or any other celebration that we do, we usually do it among us four. But sometimes we go to Karachi to celebrate with our other family as well. But that happens sometimes, not all the time. Like once in a year, or maybe twice in a year, but not all the time.
Okay.
That's it.
Then, where would you like to go on your next holiday?
My next holiday, inshallah, I would really like to go to my nanny's house because it's been a while since I went there. I remember I went there when I was about 11 years old, which is like 5 years ago, and I really miss her. She always Whenever we call her, she always says, please come to me in this vacation, upcoming vacation. She is also requesting, and I really want to go there. So, inshallah, to my nani's house in Karachi.
Okay. Now, this part is assessed, obviously, as you know, it's part one, which is called the interview. And, right, the questions are about food. Try to say as much as you can for each question. Do you have any questions?
Hello, sir.
Okay. So, Aima, can you tell me about your favorite food?
My favorite food is this food called biryani. It's basically a rice dish. It's famous in Desi culture. Like, I'm not sure in Bangladesh if you eat it, but you eat it in India and Pakistan. It's among the most popular dishes you can get. It's my favorite dish as a rice form, right? And if I would be asked about curry, I would say nihari. Nihari is also a very famous dish. It's kind of like a breakfast dish in Pakistan, but it is originally from India. So I really like it. I like rice as biryani and nihari as curry.
Do you prefer eating at home or in a restaurant? Aima,
Sorry, sir. Can you hear me now?
yeah. Do you
Sorry,
prefer
sir.
eating at home or in a restaurant?
I prefer eating at home because many restaurants. I'm not saying that my mom's cooking is the best. I mean, it is, of course, but every other restaurant. I'm just kidding. That my mom's cooking is best. It's not like bad. It's really good. But sometimes you can go out to eat because out in the restaurant there are a lot of junk. No matter if you eat the healthiest dish, they put a lot of old, sometimes old vegetables in it, sometimes old oil, which makes everything very messy. So whatever it is, sometimes you can go out to eat just for a restart, just for a different taste. But I would prefer eating at my mom's or my mom's house, like.
Okay. Do you think young people should learn about healthy eating habits? Why or why not?
Definitely they should, because I would say why. It is because what I have been observing in this new generation is that there are a lot of unhealthy things being introduced in the market. Like, for example, there are some type of jellies which are pretty unhealthy, but they are introduced to the new generation in a very, nice way. Like, they show cartoon on the TV advertisement just to promote that unhealthy food. So I'm not sure. No, no, wait, I'm sure. Oh my God, sir, can I
You
again
understand?
do this one?
Yes, you can.
Oh, sorry. Okay,
Yes, you can.
okay, I get it. Okay. Definitely yes, because what I think that the young generation is being very happy over all the junk food out there in the market, and people are also promoting it by playing a very nice, cartoon, fascinating cartoon as an advertisement. And people, a young generation, I'm typically talking about 6 to 4 or teenagers, they're watching the show, they're watching the advertisement, and they're getting fascinated and they're eating it. So now in the young generation, there are a lot of new diseases happening. Like young people are dying because of heart attack. Why did they have a heart attack? Because of high sugar. They're having diabetes. They're having high blood pressure. This is all because of junk food. Oh,
Okay, good.
no.
Uh, Next is the short topic. Right, so you have the question in front of you. You have 1 minute to read it and prepare. So it's about reducing pollution. You want to help reduce pollution in your local area, and you are thinking about doing the following: either not using plastic or walking or cycling to school. Discuss how easy or difficult these options would be for you. Say which option you would prefer and why. Right, so you have some time to prepare. Right, in your actual assessment would be a minute. Right, so when you're ready to speak, let me know.
Okay, sir.
All right, Aima, so you have about 2 minutes or so to speak on the topic. You can start.
Okay, so if I want to do among both of them, what I would do is I would walk or cycle for my school because my school is like 1 hour away from here, which is not that much again. I'm used to cycling for 1 hour or walking for 1 hour because my previous school was like 2 hours away from my home, and I used to do cycling when I was so small. So I'm used to cycle or walk for long time, but I'm not used to not using plastics because in Saudi Arabia, the city where I live, there are a lot of plastic. Even being myself as a one human who wants to, don't use plastic, I can't really do that because each and everywhere you go in my city, there's plastic being used. My family is themselves using plastic. Every other shopkeeper is giving whatever item you want in convenience store. It's giving you in plastic bags. And I don't know, they're not using the shoppers, they're not using the other things that should be used. They're using plastics. Each and everyone is using plastics here. So what I would do is I would cycle. At first, it will really improve my health and my walking would be back because I didn't walk for like 3 weeks. So I will be back to walking track. It will improve my fitness, but so yeah, I would be cycling or walking. I wouldn't be, avoiding plastic because that's nearly impossible to be in my city.
Okay, so you have talked about how easy or difficult these are. You've obviously made very clear. Now, one thing I've noticed is what we need to work on in your case is clarity of your response, right? So it's not just the confusion that I mentioned earlier on, right? Uh, how to, the vocabulary and the way you phrase your response, right? So I'm able to understand what you're saying, but it's not uh, clear like it should be, right? So
Yeah.
it's a bit mixed up, it's a bit jumbled, it's like you're, trying to put your words together just then and you're struggling with it. It seems that way. You can,
That I don't even know what I'm saying.
well, there you go. So the see now you admitted that, and that is exactly right. What I like, no, not in those words, but I could feel that in your response.
Yes,
It felt like you were struggling with making sense of what you're saying yourself.
yes, I was. I was.
Right, so we need to work on that obviously. So right after this round of speaking, I believe, right, you have gotten the hang of elaborating your responses. Obviously work on that, we'll continue, but then we'll start shifting our focus on, right, correct English. Okay,
Okay.
so we'll start
Okay.
nitpicking. We will start nitpicking. Oh, instead of this word, you could use this word. You could have said the same thing this way. So we're going to start improving on that. Right, working
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're done with this part. We're coming to the last part, which is the discussion. Right, and there's some questions related to the topic you've just talked about. So the first question, Aima, is young people care more about the environment than the older generation. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree because I've seen some youngsters care about the environment more than their older ones could do. I
Answer.
yes. They're asking if I agree or not, and I'm just saying
Well,
yes.
I just
Should
said
I elaborate it?
I just said that you have the hang of elaborating your answers, and now you're giving me this.
No. So I don't know how to elaborate this thing. Only so once.
Huh? You're struggling today, huh?
Yeah. I don't know how to elaborate it now.
Young people care more about the environment than the older generation. Do you agree? You said yes,
Yes,
I
I
do,
agree.
right? Because, right? So yes, I agree because I see young people nowadays being more conscious about their activities and how it's
Environment.
affecting the environment. They're more conscious about not wanting to harm the environment, about pollution, about consumerism, right? About what they're buying, where it's coming from, is it natural or artificial, how it will be disposed of, right? The garbage and the litter and recycling, right? Uh, the reason maybe now, see, I'm expanding, right? I'm expanding. The reason maybe today the young generation is growing up in a world that is already far too polluted and right it's right it doesn't obviously it's not something that would appeal to live in such a you know
Harsh condition?
no, not heart condition, right? I mean, yes, you could bring in uh, medical conditions, disease and health, but
Oh,
just living in cities that have all sorts of pollutions, right? So noise pollution and air pollution and light pollution, right? And physical pollution with sewage and garbage and all sorts of things, and it does have effect on health, both physical health and mental health. And when you grow up in such an environment, right, and the lack of the natural factors, right, so greenery and wildlife and clean water and all of that and cleanliness in general, and so perhaps the young generation is more concerned and care more about the environment and to getting it back to right how it should be, right? Although if you want to keep going, although I would not discredit the older generation because they are the ones who are leading society at the moment and they have put in initiatives, they have started programs for improvement. It's not about playing the blame game, who started it and who's responsible, because that's not helpful at the moment. So what we need to do is we need to turn back and we need to fix things. Is
wow.
that elaborate enough?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next question. Is it the school's responsibility to teach young people about the environment and other global issues?
Yeah, I think it is. Because schools should be teaching a child everything that makes them a capable human, a nice, a living one, a dependent human, independent human. So for me, I think it is a part of an education to keep clean your environment. And if schools doesn't do that, it's okay. Parents can do it because there are a lot of schools who do it in their curriculum activities, in their extra activities, or they sometimes launch some kind of program to educate the young people. Sir, can you wait for a minute?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. So sometimes, if school doesn't teach their students about cleanness, to keep their environment clean, it's parents' duty to teach them because it's a part of your education. Wherever you live or wherever you stay, you have to clean that place. Else, there are a lot of diseases, a lot of bad things happening on, like bad medical conditions,
Mhm.
like heart disease, stomach ache, like these things. So I think this is elaborated enough, and I can't elaborate it more.
Okay. So is it the school's responsibility to teach young people about environment and other global issues? Well, that really depends on, if we boil it down to what are the core responsibilities. If it's just a curriculum that is set with separate grades, then we could argue no. But then if we talk about a school as an educational institute and an institute that is focused towards the intellectual development of students, of children, right? Then I would say yes, because right, the environmental issues and other global issues are headlining, right, the problems of today's world, and they are very much relevant and will become even more important when these students, when these young people graduate from school and enter a practical life, or they go on to higher education. So they might come out knowing the Pythagoras' theorem, or they would,
No trigonometry.
yeah, trigonometry, or acid-base reactions. But if they don't know about the environment, if they don't know about global issues, then that information that they have about math or chemistry or geography in terms of the different mountain ranges in the world isn't really going to do any good. So along those lines, I do believe that it is a responsibility. I wouldn't say that it is the sole responsibility, right? But it is, the school is responsible. How's that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. Now you could obviously bring in the health issues that you talked about that does affect your health, etc., etc. Okay. Some people think that all air travel should stop to protect the environment. What do you think and why?
Oh, okay. What I think about this is maybe because of aeroplanes taking a lot of engine and releasing a lot of pollution in the air should
Yeah,
stop to protect the environment. And why do you think so? Because I think airplane takes a lot of engine and it produces a lot of carbon dioxide, which is not good for our environment. Yeah.
that's it.
No, no, it's my brother.
Okay.
Sir, I'm really very sorry. My brother is being a little annoying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, sorry, sir. Yeah, yeah, now I can. Yeah, what I think about this is that aeroplanes take do a lot of traveling. They do for like 16 hours, and the fact is that they travel through air, which takes a lot of engine and they carry a lot of passengers. So to sum it all up, they take a lot of engine and they release a lot of carbon dioxide, which is not good for the environment. So I think so that among all the vehicles, aeroplane releases much more pollution than others. So yeah, I do agree with this point that they should stop traveling by aeroplane, or they can travel once, but should really start to travel by buses. By if there is a long way, if there is a long distance you have to cover, you can travel by train, you can travel by buses, you can travel by car. It depends on the distance. But whatever the distance is, long or short, try to pick such vehicle which doesn't really require a lot of engine and releases a lot of carbon dioxide.
Okay. Now, I believe you said, it uses a lot of engine and releases a lot of engine about like 6 times. It's
Yeah.
it uses a lot of fuel and releases a lot of, you know, exhaust
Carbon
gases.
dioxide.
Well, not just carbon dioxide, but
Exhaust.
a lot of pollutant gases,
Okay. Okay.
right? So it's not using engine,
Yeah.
it's using fuel.
Using.
Okay. Now, finally, some people think that we should buy fewer things to reduce pollution. Do you agree with that?
I don't really agree because whatever human requires or wants, they should be fulfilled in order to balance the economy. But I don't really think whatever people buy is always a part of a pollution unless you just throw it away in a beach. You should use it or you should reuse it. What people should do is buy stuff what they want or what they require, but they should know how to reuse it. Like for example, plastic bottles, they should reuse it. Like for example, add anything, add any ketchup in the plastic bottle, just use it. You can use it again. Don't throw it away. Throwing away is basically causing pollution, not people buying or selling is causing more pollution. So they should buy whatever they want or whatever they need, but they should not throw it away.
Now, obviously, right, this test, right, I mean, that would bring you to the end. The examiner won't argue with you because that's not the purpose. But I would ask you, right, if you're saying like to reuse the things you buy, aren't things today made to be disposable, to use and throw away? Like,
So like plastic
like,
bottles,
but
yeah, please.
you can't reuse all the plastic bottles that you get, right?
Yeah, but some of them,
Some of them, yes, perhaps, but not all of them, right? Not
yeah,
everything's reusable. So, right, they are purposely made to be disposed of, right?
yeah, so,
What about plastic wrapping, right? Chips
yeah.
wrappers and other things. I mean, of course, what I'm saying right now is not part of your assessment practice. I'm just, you know, talking
Yeah,
because
just give.
the examiner will not debate you on your answer. Okay, so we've reached the end. Afan, I believe he's a silent participant today. Right, we could have his turn for speaking the next class. Nice.
Sir, I wanted to ask you that what should I watch? Like, should I watch like any type of interviewing shows to improve my vocabulary and the point that I'm missing, clarity?
Beta, I believe earlier on I shared some YouTube videos and told you about a particular channel, although there are others as well. IELTS Advantage, if you remember that,
Yeah, yeah, I do.
right? So that's definitely a good resource for you to go to,
Okay, I'll do that.
right? They have multiple uh, videos with speaking practice and, you know, comparative videos. So comparing different levels of response, and so you can uh, view those videos, practice along with them, and as I mentioned also, right, on your own, you take up one of those speaking papers, you read the question, you answer it, and you record yourself. You record the responses you give, and then you listen to yourself. And when you listen to yourself, right, so I'm recording this, I'll upload it on YouTube, it will possibly help others, but it's also there for you. Obviously, you have the link to the playlist. So for these speaking tests, you know, the classes where you are practicing speaking, go and listen to them again. Okay.
Okay, Okay.
And when you
Okay.
listen to your own recorded response, and right, not just the like the recording I'm doing for this class, right, on your own, as I mentioned, record yourself on your mobile or on your laptop or wherever it is, and listen to yourself, what way you said it, what you said, and then the mistakes you're making will become clear. In fact, you'll be, holding your head like, oh my god, what a bad response this was, I could have said this, I could have said that, this is wrong, I can improve over
Yeah.
here. So, right, that is how, right, so not just listening to good responses that others give, but when you're practicing on your own, recording and then re-listening to yourself. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, now as you can see, I have the syllabus open in front of me, not the syllabus, sorry, the timetable. And right, this is for zone 4, which
Sir,
is,
for me, it's zone
yes,
3
yes. So,
student.
so this one's zone 3, this one is zone 4. Okay,
Okay, okay.
and you have over here English as a second language. So in zone 3, paper 1, you'll be giving variant 11, variant 1. So your paper will be 11 and 21 in zone 3. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
paper 1 is on the 6th of May, which is Wednesday, and then paper 2 is on the 21st of May, which will be a Thursday. And both your papers are PM, so that means they will probably be starting at 2 p.m. Saudi Arabia time, most likely.
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Why so precisely 2 p.m.? Can't it be 12 p.m.?
No, because right, their timings are fixed. The morning paper starts at 9 a.m. and the afternoon paper or the AM paper starts at 9 p.m. and the PM paper starts at 2 p.m. It doesn't matter how long the paper is, right?
Okay, sir.
It starts at 9 a.m. For example, right, this paper, economics, is 45 minutes only. So it will start at 2 p.m. It will end at 2:45. This is 2 hour 15 minutes. So it will start at 2 p.m. It will end at 4:15. Okay. Your paper one is 2 hours. So it will start at 2 p.m. It will end at 4 p.m. For zone 4, which you have Pakistan, UAE as well, right? You have, right, 0510. So you got paper 1, variant 2. So that's variant 2 in zone 4. And right, the dates are the same. The variants are different. So that's variant 2. And these both will be happening in the morning. So these are AM papers. Okay. Also,
Okay, sir.
if we go back up, right? So that's for paper 1 and paper 2, which is the reading, writing, and listening paper, right? You can see over here it's given test date windows. So going to IGCSE for both of these. English as a second language, speaking. So that's paper 3, right? And in zone 4, that's 32. In zone 3, that's 31. The test date window is the same, so it starts from the 30th of March all the way up till the 27th of April. Okay, and
Okay.
right, whichever email and phone number that you use to register for your examinations, you will receive an email and SMS, right, at least on one of those media, if not then both, about what specific date during this test window between the 30th of March and the 27th of April your speaking test will be. So they'll tell you when it is, what time it is on that particular day and date, and where it is. Okay, and they'll ask you to arrive at least half an hour early before your given time. So your time might be 10:30, and so you need to be at the examination center by, let's say, quarter to 10. 9:45. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
this will be communicated with you later. So whichever email and phone number you use to register for your exams, just keep checking that during the test date window, and they will inform you about when it is. The written paper and the listening paper, the dates are already set. When you register for them, you will get a statement of entry, and you'll also be informed about your examination center where you will need to go to give your papers, right? And all the other instructions.
Sir, sir, I wanted to ask when will registration open because this is my first time registering.
Uh, I'll have to check.
Okay. And also, sir, can you tell me how to do online registration because I am private candidate. I don't know how to do it.
I'll I'll right check all of that and I'll let you know. Right, let November pass because right now the October November session is ongoing. So registrations for the next session will obviously open after that. Okay. So once we have registrations open, I'll see and then I'll guide you through. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. Anything else?
No, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
All right. Then I'll see you guys next time.
Allah Hafiz.